Happy Wednesday, beautiful people, and welcome to our team call for Wednesday, February the 5th. So I will stop my music just because I know that social media doesn't like that. And I will officially kick things off. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Tamara, and I have been a coach on the squad now since January of 2015, which is absolutely mind-blowing. Oh, sorry, I just have someone messaging saying it says it's an invalid meeting ID. 144084992. I have weird. I have people on. So hopefully it works. All right, so I am going to be talking to you. I will turn the chat on and I'm going to share my screen because I do have some slides more for my benefit to help me stay on track, because it's very easy to turn into, present. It's very easy to turn into a squirrel when you're hosting a team call. So present. All right, so you guys can all see the hustle and heart. Yes, ladies, we're good? Thumbs up. Woohoo! Yes, thank you. All right, so I'm gonna talk to you today about some things, and I actually made a graphic that goes along with this that's in the hub. And the graphic is, it does say to get my medicine. Just making sure everyone gets muted as they hop on. It does say that it takes no talent right on the graphic. And the reason I wanted to chat with you all about this is because as a woman, okay, we need to stay muted. Thank you, sorry. As a woman, and most of us on the team are women, and if you aren't on the team or aren't a woman on the team, then, oh, she's still having problems. Yeah, it's working. Then perhaps this would help. So for all of the guys on the team, now where did it go? Oh my gosh, sorry ladies. Okay, how do I go to this now? Now my whole screen left. There we go. Not that one. This one. Okay. And now I need to escape and go back. And we will start this over again because it's not working. So I will start again, and hopefully Jasmine gets it, or not Jasmine, Renata. As you hop on, please make sure that you mute yourself, just because we get lots of feedback on the calls if we don't. So I'm going to be chatting to you. Welcome to our February 5th team call. My name is Tamara, for those of you that don't know me. And I will put it in present mode. And I'm going to talk to you about it was a training that I was involved in at the beginning of the year. And the training itself was, part of it was called It Takes No Talent. And the reason that I wanted to share this today with everyone was because as a woman, and like I mentioned before, most of us are female on the team. We're a very female-dominated business. We tend to overthink everything. We overthink sending an invite. We overthink posting. We overthink for the leaders on the team that run the calls. We overthink whether or not we're bringing value to the calls that are helping you guys. We literally overthink everything as females. And for the men on the team, hopefully this gives you an insight just into how fast our brains work, so that you know a little bit about how to deal with women who overthink all the time. And I'm not saying that dudes don't overthink. I just am not a dude, so I have no idea, right? So, so I'm going to talk to you about how it takes no talent to find success in this business. And the first part of what I want to chat with you about is we all have those thoughts. So I mentioned a few of them there, like overthinking the posting, overthinking the invites, overthinking all of those things. We all have those thoughts. And a friend of mine actually called it the itty bitty bitchy committee. And that's that negative voice in your head. And I really encourage the people and the clients that I work with to give that voice a name that has nothing to do with you. So my voice's name is Martha, right? And I've called Martha for about 10 years now so that I can separate myself from her, because Martha's nasty. Martha is mean. Martha talks me out of everything I want to do. Martha, right? She doesn't have nice things to say. And it's not because Martha herself is mean. It's because she is trying to protect me. Our brains are hardwired to protect, and change is scary. All right. So that's what it comes down to. So you need to separate that itty bitty bitchy committee from yourself, and like those thoughts that she doesn't have kids, or they started this so much earlier than me, or I'm too old for this, or I'm not good at social media, or I could never make a video like that, or I don't have time for this, or all of those little things that pop up into your head. We need to stop them, because this doesn't take talent to run this business. It takes hustle and it takes heart. So that's why I called it that. So the foundation of our business takes no talent, and this is why.
Why?
There we go. All right, so this is why it takes no talent. So the basics of what we do every single day: we push play on a workout, we drink a shake, we read a book, and we invite people to join us. Those are the 4 main things that we do every day. And those 4 things take 0 talent, right? Yet we'll talk ourselves out of our workout. We'll talk ourselves out of, oh, I don't need the shake. We'll talk ourselves out of the personal, oh, I don't have time for that. We'll talk ourselves out of the invite. Why? And the thing with the invite one that I want everyone to think about, and I'll remind you again at the end of this call, is what is the worst thing that could happen if you hit send on that message? What's the worst thing? Chances are the person isn't going to reply. And if they may block you, right? Then they're not your person. Like, I always think that what's the worst thing that's going to happen to that person on the other end of that message, right? There isn't much. The stuff that we're feeding, that itty bitty bitchy committee in our head, is telling us a whole bunch of bullshit, right? So those 4 things don't take any talent when it comes to running our business. So when a new coach or client gets started on this ties into the basics and falls off, right? I hear this so much. Oh, I fell off the wagon. Oh, I have to restart. And one of the reasons that I personally love the Morning Meltdown 100 program is now I actually ask people, are you someone who, when you get to day 6, if you miss that day, because normally I would start people with the 21-day fix, right? It's 3 weeks, it's quick, you can get results in 3 weeks, you stick to the nutrition plan, you stick to the fitness plan, and you prove to yourself you can do it. But in my 5 years of coaching, I've had so many people get started. They get to like day 6, they get to like day 10, and they miss a workout. Or they go to a party and they eat like crap. Oh, I have to restart. I fell off the wagon, right? We're not actually falling off. There is a deeper reason why he or she is getting in the way of his or her goals. So it has nothing to do with the lack of our social media skills as coaches, or our inability to converse with prospective clients. It has nothing to do with any of that. And it has everything to do with a trigger. So some sort of pathway in our brain that's no longer serving us. And that's why coaching changes our lives, because we are constantly exposed to those, aha, oh, that's why I did that. Oh, that's why I used to do that. But that no longer serves us, right? So the basics, those 4 things, don't take any talent. I will warn you, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm quite sick. So if I have to stop for water, you understand why. It doesn't take talent to push through them. It takes that opportunity to learn, to grow, to be aware, right? So that we can become our stronger, healthier versions of ourselves. All right. The reason number 2 that this job of ours, this coaching business, doesn't take any talent is because work ethic is not talent. It takes no talent to have a solid work ethic, right? A strong work ethic will out-succeed a talent any day. Just give me 1 second, okay? Because I'm totally coughing now. Hey, Clarissa, can you bring me some of those grapefruit suck, like anything, please? I have that crazy tickle now in my throat. It won't go away. All right. Sorry. So when most of us came into this coaching world, and this has to do with work ethic, we would have gone through an info session and been drawn into this with a post that looks something like, we are looking for 10 hardworking. And the key word here is hardworking. That's your work ethic. And the most important part of that hardworking is working on ourselves, committing to you and following through to you. If I want to have a business, I have to show up for me, or no one is going to trust me, right? And that's why it forces us, like I said in the previous slide, to really look at those aha moments of why am I stopping? Why am I quitting? Why am I giving up on myself in this moment? Why am I talking myself out of this workout? No, I don't think a mint one is going to help me. Sorry, she's trying to bring me something that I can suck on so I don't cough throughout this whole the whole thing. So reason number 3 that coaching doesn't take any talent is routines. It doesn't take talent to develop a consistent routine. And the biggest thing here, and I know that this is something that many of us are like, we look to others for guidance, like, what are you doing? And how are you fitting everything into your day? And all of those sorts of things. But you have to find the one that works for you based on your schedule, right? It's not going to look the same for everyone. Perhaps you shower first thing in the morning. And that was funny because I was watching the lady that I was watching a training when she was talking about this said, that's the first thing she does every morning. That is not the first thing I do every morning. And I'm not going to start showering every morning because it makes me feel better. I shower later on. Perhaps you shoot your energize before your workouts. I do that. Perhaps you schedule 30-minute work blocks during your day, depending on the time that you have in your day. A well-established routine takes 0 talent, okay? So there is no, and this is just more of an elaboration on that, there's no right or wrong way to run your business. Sarah has done some great calls on time management, and if you guys need to, if any of you need to find them, they're in the album section of the Empower Squad Hub, where she talks about just how, like, she works in corporate America, right? So she has to fit things into pockets throughout her day. Christina and Sarah even did a call on, like, what to do if you only had 30 minutes in a day, what to do if you had an hour, what to do if you had 2 hours, right? So there's tools out there for you to do it. The biggest thing is that I recommend is know the things that you need to do from a computer, know the things that you can do from your home, and schedule your day ahead of time. So for me, I have a calendar up on my wall here that I plan out all my month, right? And I have February up, but I'm already going to put the March one up and start looking at March, because I know I'm going to create an event for March. I know I'm going to, so I need to know the dates of those things so that I can plan my posts ahead of time. Once I know my month, then I break down each week. And for me, I don't have a set, Monday always looks like this, Tuesday always looks like this, Wednesday always looks like this. I don't. The only day for me that is super consistent are Friday, because I teach on Fridays. But other than that, my week depends on whether I'm teaching Zumba kids, whether or not I have my kids, whether or not I'm, right? Like, it just depends. So my schedule varies. So my Mondays are not consistent, and I plan my day, my weeks, a week at a time, using just a notebook. So I just got myself a notebook at our local bookstore. Mine says, be fearless in pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. It's just lined paper, and it works for me. But you have to find the thing that works for you and stick to it, right? You have to make that commitment to you, and you have to stick to your commitments. So make yourself proud first. The fourth reason why coaching takes no talent is that you have to fill your bucket with stuff outside of coaching, outside of Beachbody. So as a predominantly female-based business, we tend to give, and sometimes forget to replenish our buckets. So it takes no, thank you. I feel like I'm talking really fast so that I don't cough everywhere. It takes no talent to find things outside of coaching that fill you up. And I'm not just talking about kids, because most times with moms, their immediate reaction will be their kids. And that's, you know, that's an innate reaction for sure for us, but other things that make you happy and fill your soul, right? When I find myself feeling like I'm depleted, right? Like I'm running on empty, my number one thing that I do is music. Music for me just elevates, right? I find my energy, I get my groove back. Sometimes if I need quiet, like I'll go for a little walk with Maggie and Clarissa, or movie night, or games with my kids, reading a book. Anytime on traveling on a beach or fills my soul. So what are the things that are going to fill you up so that you feel like you can give, that you have that extra energy to give? And it's not just coaching, it's not just fitness, it's not just nutrition, it's not just personal development. You have to understand what it is that's going to make your soul happy. And that's going to look different for everybody. And the fifth reason that it takes no talent is that you have to give yourself permission to succeed. So many careers, it takes talent. You have to go to school for it. You have to get an education for it. You have to do some sort of formal training for it. And you don't have to do that with this. So we often talk ourselves out of how big this can be in our lives. So give yourself that permission to succeed, because your work ethic, your routines, and following those basics will take you to success. So I wanted to share an interesting statistic with you all today. So when a man and a woman go to apply for a job, and this is true, this is based on like facts, a man will apply for a job if he only has 70% of the qualifications listed on that job. A woman will only apply if she has all of them. So we're already, before we even look at, you know, valuing ourselves, we're already feeling like we have to have all of these things in place. And the reason the man will do that is because he has time, if he gets the job, to brush up on those qualifications he doesn't really have yet. He knows that he'll learn it. So, and he has the confidence to do that. So we as women are constantly getting in our own ways. So commit to you, clear the path, allow yourself to succeed. We all deserve to live the life of our dreams. So, like I said in the beginning, the biggest way we get in our own way is by overthinking. Should I send the invite? What do I say? Oh my gosh, they asked me cost. Now what? When you find yourself in that moment, your energy is already gone down, right? Your energy is in the toilet. So any response that you send in that moment is not going to come across as your authentic, happy, healthy version of you. It's going to be the defensive you that's protecting what you're doing. So in that moment, I would say don't reply right away. That would be my first one. Don't send that invite. Don't do that if you're talking yourself out. Do the cancel, 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 which is like how you talk to yourself. And refocus your energy so that you're sending it in a positive way. You're sending it with that like belief in what we're doing. You're sending that in the belief that you know you're going to help someone feel better, right? And that's what this comes down to. Your biggest keys to success are committing to you, using the tracker, either the BAT or the new ones that Christina created. They're amazing. And when you feel that itty bitty bitchy committee being a little too loud, tell her to shut the fuck up, breathe, and think, what message would I want to receive from this person? And then send that, okay? Always go back to you. So quick recap on it takes no talent. It takes no talent to do the basics. Push play, drink a shake, read a book, and invite people to join. It takes no talent for work ethic. Having a strong work ethic is not talent. Building a solid routine takes no talent. Filling your bucket with stuff outside of Beachbody takes no talent. And giving yourself permission to succeed takes no talent. So that's kind of what I have for you today. If anybody has any questions, I will try my best to answer without coughing all over you. Nobody even said anything in the chat. Wow. Everyone is good? Because it takes no talent? I think we just sometimes need those reminders, right?
I just wanted to say something. Can you hear me well? Can you hear me well, Tamara? Yeah. Okay. So one thing that I did like as an exercise, because I was like really scared of inviting people, was I pretty much just thought of the scariest person I could invite and I sent them an invite because now that's done. It's out of my way. So I just did that. And now like anybody else I send an invite to, it's like, oh, well, that's no big deal because like that scariest person, I already did it. And whether they replied or whatever, who cares? Because that like fear is out of my way because I kicked it out of my way.
Yeah.
So that was something that I did as like a little exercise for myself.
I love that tip. Thank you, Jasmine. Do you mind me asking who was the scariest person?
I actually ended up sending one to like Oprah Winfrey on her Instagram because I was like, you know what? If I send one to her and she was to like reply, then that would be awesome. But if not, then I just sent one to Oprah and who cares because I did it. And it was just like, I wanted to shoot big.
Oh my gosh, I love you.
Yeah,
that is amazing.
That's just what I did.
I love that so much. I think the scariest people for me are the people closest to me. Right? Mm-hmm. My best friends, my brother, they're for some reason for me, they're the scariest people. To talk to a stranger, totally fine. But to talk to the people closest to me is the one that I generally talk myself out of. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Sorry I didn't have more energy to bring to you all today. Did my best.
You did fabulous.
Thank you. Anyone else have any questions? Things that you would like us to go over while you have us here?
Anything else?
No? I do know that I know how I mentioned when you feel yourself reacting to sending a message, and that your energy goes down because of that reaction. I know that I can't remember the girl's name, the one that does the rap invites, but she has this whole thing where she turns on like crazy energetic rap music and it's super loud, and she sends her invites during the time she's listening to that music. So she would take like a sheet of paper and she would fold it in half and have like a list here and a list here. And so I think there's 26, so it's like 52 people that she would invite because there's room for 26 names or 52 names, like 26 per side. And because she would feel her energy so much higher because of the music, she just like bang, 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 bang her invite. So if you search like Beachbody rap invites on YouTube, it'll come up. She's got like some crazy cool hair. And so that one was a fun one that we all did for a while. Tried that, so. Anything else? We're good? I don't see anything in the chat, so. If you're all good, then I'm gonna sign off and go put my comfy clothes back on. Go back to bed. Of course, was like, you look better today. And I was like, yeah, that's just because I have makeup on.
And she had a shower.
Yeah, and I had a shower. What a concept, right? All right, ladies. Yep.
On and sick kids.
Yes, you've been home with 2 very sick kids. Erica hasn't slept.
No.
Mom life. Yeah. Hashtag mom life.
And everyone.
For real. So bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah, it's no fun. That's for sure. Well, thank you for being on with me today, everybody. I will get the recording up soon, and I hope you found that helpful.
How about photo?
Oh, yeah. We need a photo. Otherwise, it didn't happen, right? There's no photo. There's no evidence. All right, thanks, everybody. Much love to you all. Get people into the info session that starts on Monday. All right? Bye.